Check, check. Finally, I mean, I literally checked this before I went live, and then I go live, and my mic decides to stop working. What's up, Enrique? What's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good Monday. I mean, does anyone ever have a good Monday? I don't know, but I hope yours is good, man. Hope yours is good. I might as well go ahead and get started, right? Shout out to you, Enrique. Let people filter in as I get going, but let me switch to. There we go. All right. So, wanted to go live today to kind of talk about a couple of things, and also talk about why for lunchtime with SloMo I'm going to be playing a game that came out a few months ago. So, T-Rock, what's up, bro? What's up, T-Rock? So, hilarious, right? Back in July, I figured, I'm not all that interested in this game that I'm about to mention, but I was like, I wouldn't mind doing some coverage on it. So, I saw where I could apply for a review key. I was like, maybe I'll do a review. Maybe I will just stream the game and give my impressions of the game that way. Enrique says Heineken for MVP. Look, man, not with that first half. Like he and I don't know if you saw the picture, Enrique, of Heineke basically throwing that one clutch pass to Terry McLaurin with his eyes closed, but like he got lucky. He got lucky, man. But no, this game I was playing, well, I wanted to play. I figured, it's not that big a game. It's Saints Row, okay? The Saints Row remake. I was like, let me go ahead and try this out real quick, see what's up with it. I applied for it. I see all the various people who did getting keys and whatnot. I ain't getting nothing. I said, all right, cool, whatever. Lo and behold, last week, I get an email, and it's from Koch Media, which is the developer for Saints Row. And they're like, yeah, here's the key. Why don't you go ahead and try the game out, and like basically all the pre-launch information that you get from a developer or publisher on the rules of how to handle things. What's up, Ramon? What's going on, man? How to handle things and how not to break an NDA and whatnot. And I'm just like, break what NDA? It's like 2 months since the game came out. And I understand I'm a small YouTuber, but damn, am I that small? Did y'all think that little of me? They were just like, all right, look, this game is dead now. Ain't nobody playing it no more. Who else is on the list? Oh, it's that guy. He's number 5,462. That guy. We're gonna send him a key now. Maybe he'll play it. So, you know what? I am a man of my word. Even though they sent me the key a gazillion years too late. I said I was going to stream the game, so I'm gonna stream the game. So that's gonna be what's up today. What's up? Y9 Power. What's good, man? Hope you enjoying your Monday. Okay, give me 1 second though. I got some reverb. Hold on a second. All right, I'm back. And no more reverb. All right. Hey, Asante in the house. What's good? What's up, man? I hope you're having a good one. Okay, I have not done I haven't done the emulation quite yet. That's going to be a project for tomorrow. And I'm also kind of wondering about how I can incorporate that with lunchtime with SloMo. I'm pretty sure it would have to be a game that isn't first party of that particular platform, because I'm not trying to get copyright struck. You know how it is. Forte saying SloMo being lazy. I already know what you are referring to, sir. I'm working on the videos, all right? Off my back. I'm working on the videos. I got 2 videos and one, because like everyone keeps asking about my Cyberpunk build. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make a Cyberpunk video of the Edge Runner build. I'm gonna show you guys how to make the build and how it works and all that good stuff and what stats you need to have, all that. And I'm also doing another video. The video before that video would be my should you play Cyberpunk in 2022 kind of video. Like, should you give this game another shot, basically. And so I got 2 of those I'm working on. So leave me alone, okay? Anyway, yeah, so Saints Row, I'll be playing Saints Row today because I promised them, unlike them, I'm actually going to do what I'm saying I'm going to do. Anyway, we got some topics to get today, and I'm it's not going to be a super long show because I haven't had lunch, but I'm hungry, right? And I ain't trying to, you could be like, I'm playing Saints Row, and like, I don't want y'all hearing all that, right? But at the same time, I got some stuff with work that I need to address before I do a conference call at 4. So it ain't gonna be a super long show, but it's going to be, it's gonna be substantial. So look, I got some topics here, right? Some things that I wanted to talk about, some things that just on my mind, right? And the first thing, of course, is what everyone's talking about, is this Helena Taylor Bayonetta 3 situation. The whole thing with her and her videos and the voice acting thing. And my topic for this is the damage done by telling half-truths. Now you're probably wondering, like, SloMo, what do you mean by telling half-truths? Well, this is what I mean. If Helena, let me go back. Let me go all the way back. I'm gonna go back to the beginning. I'm gonna go back to when it started, right? So 2 weekends ago, Helena Taylor, the voice, the previous voice of Bayonetta, she came out with a series of videos on Twitter. She said that she was only offered $4,000 total to do the voice of Bayonetta for the full game. She said this was unacceptable, and she said that instead of buying the game, she preferred that fans of the series who were going to buy the game to go ahead and just donate it to charity instead. This game is coming out in less than a month. I'm pretty sure this is an unmitigated disaster to Platinum, the developer, to Sega, the publisher, and to Nintendo, the platform of which the game is exclusive to. Now, a lot of people jumped the gun and was like, oh my God, how could they do this to her? She is an icon. How dare they? $4,000? I couldn't survive off $4,000. This is disgusting. We're boycotting the game. Some people was like, let's wait until more information comes out from this, because we're only hearing one side, right? One side of the story. We're only hearing her side of the story. We haven't heard from Platinum, who a lot of people kind of feel is pretty untrustworthy for very valid reasons. We haven't heard from Sega. We haven't heard from Nintendo. We haven't heard from anybody. And if you pay attention to the video game industry, you already know voice actors are underpaid. It's very famous that famous strike they went on back in 2016 to try to get better pay and better royalties off of the work that they do. And they got some concessions, but largely a lot of the work that they wanted to get, or the things they wanted to get, was not accomplished. They went on strike for a year. They came off strike, and as I am aware, I believe the contract that they negotiated will expire next month. So, food for thought. All that backstory, right? That's the setup. Here's where we get into the meat of things. It gets worse. Because now Kamaya, who's the CEO of Platinum and an overall general douchebag, like just keep it a buck. I think he's a serious asshole and treats people like crap. And I don't know what his deal is, where he feels like if you don't talk to him in Japanese, then he's gonna block you on Twitter. But that's just freaking stupid, bruh. Anyway, he gets his Twitter account suspended for not taking the reaction to Helena very well, which also kind of sets off a lot of people who don't like him, and also kind of believe his reaction made it seem as if Helena was telling the truth. But then we get the real information, and so people like Jason Schreier, other Tom Henderson, a few, I can't remember all the games media people, but people start doing some research, start doing some actual real journalism for once, and then they get some documents. And so these documents explain that Helena wasn't offered 4K for the whole game. Initially, well, at first, what we were told is that she was offered 3 to 4K per session, and it was supposed to be 4 sessions. And whatever the price, whatever it was going to come out to per session, it was going to end up being 15K. And Arama says, to be honest, when I hear we need to hear the other side, it reminds me of the people who defend those bad cops videos. Now, I understand that, Erodimus, although I think this is not the same kind of situation. And here's why. Because there's been enough shady, disgusting things that cops have done to hide their abuse of power, that anyone who typically says things like that when it's clear as day what's happening on a video that you're watching, which is very different than someone telling you a story, it pretty much tells the story right there. If a cop on video shoots an unarmed man for no reason who wasn't posing a threat, our eyes don't need to be told anything. Okay? Like, that's different than Helena Teller telling us verbally, oh, I was only offered this amount of money. It's different. So, like, let me just say it's different. Oh, Roy in the house. He says, I thought you were playing Saints Row. I'm going to get to Saints Row. This is usually, I do the topics first. This is how Lunchtime with SloMo goes. I do the topics. I discuss some things. I'm just playing some gameplay right now because I just didn't feel like pulling up like stuff off of Twitter or articles or anything. And then I'll get the Saints Row once all the topics are done. So we go get the Saints Row. What's up, Blade X? What's going on? Dre in the house. What's good, bro? What's good? So then, yeah. So that comes out. And then all of the games media people said, not only is this what people who can't speak on the record at Platinum are saying, but they showed us the documentation. They showed us the contracts that she turned down. And then at the end, after they had already replaced her with Jennifer Hale, who is another veteran, a veteran woman voice actress and well respected, they offered her still like a cameo. I don't know if it was supposed to be like a cameo, like maybe she'll do like a cutscene of Bayonetta as Bayonetta, or if she was going to be a different character. Who knows, right? But she was offered 4K for one session as a cameo. That is what she harped on as the offer that she was given for the full game, which is very different than what she explained to us. If you go back to her video, she said she was offered 4K to voice Bayonetta for a full game. but she's not voicing Bayonetta for the full game. She's not even now the voice of Bayonetta anymore. Jennifer Hale is. And how do you go a video completely excluding the fact that you were offered, and what she explains this morning, that she was offered $10K initially. She said that's unacceptable. Even though, as we've come to find out from other voice actors, and shout out to Ramon in the chat, because Ramon's a voice actor, an actor in general, and he's been trying to, do that kind of work as well, and he knows the numbers, he knows people. I can't speak on the people that he does know, because they don't want to mess up their situations, but they thought what she claimed to be getting was low, and not to be exactly what it turned out to be, but what she was actually offered turned out to be about what she should have got. And then after she complained to the CEO, Kamaya, and Kamaya kicked in a 50% kicker to what she was getting, $15K. All of that gets excluded from her videos, and now it makes her look terrible. Now everyone's against her, and what really could have been an opportunity to fix a problem with compensation with voice actors, like just think about it for a second, right? Think about some of the games we played, some of the very story-driven games we play. Can you imagine playing a story-driven game in 2022 and having to read all the dialogue? No. Can you imagine playing a game with really trashy, terrible voice acting? Like I'm the voice actor voicing Batman or something. I can't do Batman. No, I can't do Batman, okay? So imagine you get me in the booth for $400 to do Batman Arkham World. Y'all not happy. It's going to impact the game negatively. I think the importance of voice actors is more than some damn 4K a session. It's more than that. I could do Batman. Your voice is deeper than you think, and you're always grumpy. This is true. Maybe I could do Batman. Maybe, okay, let me change it. What if they had me voice Kratos? No, Kratos is deep voice too. I don't know. Name a high-pitched character. I don't know, okay? Someone that I clearly can't do, y'all wouldn't be happy. Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm doing Aloy from Horizon to the next Horizon game. You're not going to be happy with that, okay? Spider-Man. You're not going to be happy with Spider-Man, okay? Mario. I can't do Mario. The Joker? No, absolutely not. I'll probably destroy my vocal cords. Not happening. You would not be happy with that result, that performance. To think that, like, and voice actors in these games aren't as important enough to give them a decent salary for it. You can't hire a programmer on a game for $15,000. Of course, his job is more important than a voice actor, but it's just like it needs to get balanced. And I don't think voice actors get paid what they're really worth, because plenty of people don't play the Yakuza games because there's too much dialogue that isn't voiced. At least the older ones. I haven't played the Yakuza game. I may have played one. I think I played 0. Yeah, 0. Way too much dialogue that was not voiced. Sorry. I will read a codex in Dragon Age and Mass Effect, but when I'm having a conversation with a character, that character better be talking to me. I know how to read, but when I play video games, I don't want to read everything, okay? I just don't. Like, I did that back in the day when I was a kid, and they couldn't afford voice actors, and they couldn't, in the memory, the hardware wasn't capable of having that much audio. We are at a different age now. You better have some voice actors in your game, and they better be good. And if that is the importance that people place upon it, you should pay them accordingly. But I think Helena really hurt that cause. I think if she would have came out and told the truth from the very start, they offered me $15K. They offered me $10K, which I felt was, after doing this for the third time, just not acceptable for the kind of work that I've done for them. And so then they came back, and to give them credit, they gave me 50% more. But I still just feel like voice actors deserve more for what we do. If you enjoyed my work in this game, I think it's just even though she broke NDA doing that, so she should have never done that in the first place. But we wouldn't have this conversation if she didn't break NDA. So somebody had to take the L, right? All that said, if she was more honest up front, because she was offered $4K to do one job, but it wasn't in the manner that she said it was. And because of that, she screwed herself. And because she broke NDA, she's probably never going to voice another character in video games ever again. Not that she was getting that much work anyway, but she's done. She's absolutely done in the video game industry. She might still be able to do theater and things like that. She talked about how she wanted to get back to doing theater. I mean, look, that might be the only place you go get some work, man. I'm sorry. But it's just unfortunate to see that happen. And this is why telling the truth is just so much more valuable. Even if you feel like you need to kind of spice it up a little bit. Yeah, I gotta do a little bit more to get people really on my side. How'd that turn out? Not too good. Because instead of having a real conversation about compensation for voice actors in the video game industry, we're talking about how Helena lied. And then doubled down on her lie, saying that what they told games media was a complete fabrication, only to come out and verify it. By the way, some of her numbers of like the sales of Bayonetta, completely out of left field. What is she talking about? 450 million revenue growth? Like what, ma'am? Like, you need to get better sources and also learn math. So, like, I don't know, maybe her only skill is acting, and 2 + 2 = 6 to her, but she need to get it together. Like, go to school, learn something, get a craft. She might want to become a carpenter, a seamstress, a hairdresser, something. Get a skill, because yeah, like, she don't really have like all of the full collection of tools there to do basic things outside of acting, it seems. All right, I'm done with that. I'm done with that now. I good luck to her in the future, but like, I really kind of like wished things turned out better for that. Let's talk about something. This might be a little not necessarily old news, but actually it's not old news at all, because there's a remake coming out every single day. So last week, Capcom did a showcase, because I feel like, and this is just my opinion, but I know it's right, so I'm gonna tell you anyway. So like, this is truth. This is truth. It's my opinion, but it's truth. That Sony's not doing the showcase. A showcase is not happening this year. The reason why Capcom and Konami and everyone that has a marketing deal with Sony is doing their own showcases is because they wanted to show this information at Sony showcase, but Sony ain't got one, so they gotta do it themselves. Is what it is, right? So last week we got a showcase from Konami where it talked about, like, they got all these Silent Hill games coming out, and there's a remake for Silent Hill 2, which I never played because Silent Hill 1 sucked to me. It did. And then and I don't really like those kind of games anyway, as you guys know. But Silent Hill 2, apparently, all the Silent Hill fans say is the best one, so that they're rebooting that one. Makes sense. Remaking that one. That one is, let me look it up again. I think that Silent Hill 2 came out in the 2000s. Let me double check it real quick. Yes, 2001. Wait, that's the movie. Ugh, that movie sucked. Where's the game? Can I get the release date of the game? Oh, it did. It was still 2001. So they did the movie and the game in the same year? Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Anyway, so Silent Hill 2 came out 21 years ago. I think that's enough time for a remake. Makes sense to me. Gaming asks, did someone tell King to strike SloMo channel? Strike me for what? What? I don't know what strike means. I think you mean strike. Why do I need to be striked? I don't understand. But anyway, so Silent Hill 2, 21 years ago. Yeah, if you want people to get back into Silent Hill, you want people who weren't gamers to play Silent Hill 2 now. Then sure, absolutely, go ahead and remake that, because it's worthy of a remake at this point. New gamers who play the original game probably go get turned off by the visuals or the dated game design, whatever. Then we had Capcom's show, where Capcom said, no, I'm sorry, they showed Resident Evil 4 remake. Then they also showed like an update. Actually, expansion looked really good. I'm not a Resident Evil fan, as you guys know, but that expansion with the little girl growing up and she got powers and stuff, that looked cool. I almost wanted to play that, almost, but that looked cool. So, but anyway, Resident Evil 4 remake is coming, and here's another remake, Resident Evil 4. Let me check now. So I'm pretty sure that I remember playing that very briefly back. I can't remember when that was, but I remember playing it, and I remember stopping as soon as I got to that village where all the crazy people were chasing me with chainsaws, and I was like, nope, not for me. 2005. So 2005. That is 17 years. 17 years since that game came out. Now, I know it's been remastered a few hundred times, sure, but I think that's enough time for a remake. Makes sense to me. Basically, what I'm saying is, if your game is so old that most people will look at it and be like, you know, this might have an amazing story, amazing characters, a great plot, really was innovative game design for its time, but that game design is now dated because it was innovative at its time and everyone has copied it, and now everyone's using it, and more than likely no one wants to play this game the way it looks because their eyes are bleeding. More than likely you're not going to be able to bring back that IP the way you really want to. And so it makes sense to do remakes for games of that time. I don't think it makes sense to do remakes of games that are less than a decade old. And I see a lot of people who are also kind of like, yo, I'm really getting tired of seeing these remakes. I'm really getting tired of, here's another remake coming. Now, granted, it's almost kind of like in the movies where they do a remake of a classic movie. Typically, though, those movies never live up to the same standard as the original. I do think that remakes in video games are different, though, because everyone considers the Resident Evil 2 remake to be a really quality title and really lived up to the expectations of the original game. Final Fantasy VII Remake, although there are Final Fantasy VII fans who hate it, but most of these people have never played it, don't ever intend on playing it, and don't know what they're talking about. But those who have played it think it's a quality game and realize it's not really a remake. But hey, glad to have it, you know? So it has to be a game that is, I'm gonna say, for remake, it needs to be over a dozen years old. I think I'm gonna go with a dozen, 12 years. Anything after 12 years, go for it with a remake. Remasters are like, so I don't think, like this rumor that Sony is doing a remaster for Horizon Zero Dawn, I don't think that's necessary. They got a TV show coming out for the game. If Horizon Zero Dawn TV show comes out, say in 2 years, 2024, the game came out in 2017. It's a 7-year-old game. Look at Horizon Zero Dawn. That game still looks better than the majority of games that are coming out today. That game looks better than Gotham Knights that came out last week. You don't need to remake that. I mean, you don't need to remaster that. It's unnecessary. Let's see here. Brian in the chat says, I strongly disagree with remakes being better than originals. They never will be. I never said, Brian. This is where we got listening skills, Brian. Listening skills. We need to listen to what people say, comprehend it, and then under freaking stand. I never said better than the originals. I said worthy. They are quality games. I did not say Resident Evil 2 remake is better than the original. I didn't say Final Fantasy 7 remake is better than the original, but they are quality titles that people can look at and be like, that's good, that's worthy, that stands up to the previous game. Not better, but absolutely a game that if you put Resident Evil 2, the original, side by side in this tomorrow, right today, side by side with Resident Evil 2 remake, and ask somebody which one you gonna play, they're gonna play the remake. Why? Because the remake visually isn't making their eyes bleed. We got OLEDs out here. That original game is playing at standard definition. You can't even tell Jill's facial expressions. Is she smiling? Is she upset? Is she angry? I don't know. I said Jill. Think about Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 2. Leon. Yeah, Leon. There you go. Okay? Leon. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Brian. I'm still waiting for Gaming Act to tell me what King needs to strike my channel for. I don't understand what he's talking about. Sakura says Plague Tale was giving him spooky vibes. I didn't get back to Plague Tale. I finished Spider-Man Remastered on PC. Installed God of War because I want to play through God of War a second time. Beat God of War before Ragnarok comes out November 8th. So at some point I need to get back to this week. Oh, and shout out to East Texas Alex dropping Xbox codes in the chat. That one might already be gone, so I don't know if that one. But there's also a PlayStation code in the chat too, right? Hold up, there's a PlayStation code as well. If it ain't gone, I'm gonna take it. So y'all better go ahead and just, throw that into the redeem code and thank East Texas Alex. Like, be a cool person. Don't be a dickhead. If you take the code and you got like whatever that is, just thank East Texas Alex in the chat. Don't be just taking it and be like, appreciate that, but I'm not even nice enough person to say thank you. Just go ahead and say thank you. Anyway, that's about my thoughts on the remake thing. Let's roll through these topics so we can get the Saints Row, because Roy in the chat is gonna lose it if I don't play Saints Row. Next topic though. So this is something that I saw a couple people really like arguing over the past week. Is like, what's truly quote unquote next gen. What's truly next gen? Because there's a lot of, to go back to Gotham Knights, which is it only came out on the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X and S, and PC. It was initially supposed to come out on the last gen consoles of Xbox One and PS4. They dropped those. And as we see now, right? We see why they dropped the last gen consoles, because it's running at sub 30 frames per second on the current consoles. So it's probably a slideshow on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, clearly, right? So we know why they dropped them, but this game was developed. This game was developed with those consoles in mind. So because it was developed with those consoles in mind, it had to be designed in a way where it's not taking full advantage of the current hardware that we have right now. And so people are just like, well, that's not next gen. Even though it's considered a current gen game or next gen game, it's got last gen design. And as our good friend Agent Deli, former Ubisoft developer, who's been on the show a gazillion times, has told us, especially if you check out Scumcast last Saturday, where he was on there talking about it, and he really went into detail about a lot of the visual presentation and the game design that's really just like old hat stuff. Like, there's nothing new here. And what I wanted to say to you guys is that, like, yo, don't expect nothing really new for a while. Don't expect anything new from the games that are coming out that's truly next gen for a few years. And it's because a lot of these developers are still working off of limited resources that they had before. Like, true next gen isn't about ray tracing. Oh, look how pretty that is. Look at the visuals. That's not next gen. True next gen isn't about, hey, you know, we can play this at native 4K now. That's not next gen. Next gen is innovative game design. Next gen is doing things that you haven't been able to do before and wouldn't be possible to do on previous consoles. What's up, Merc? Got to see Merc in the house. That's what next gen is. That's stuff that we want to see. You want to know what? Here's an example of what jumping a generation does. Last generation, let's go back to 2013, when I think the developer is Monolith Games, or Monolith Productions, whatever. It's a WB studio. They made Shadow of Mordor. And in Shadow of Mordor, they had a very innovative system called the Nemesis system. If you got killed by even some random nobody in the world, that random nobody got promoted, elevated for killing you. And now they're like a lieutenant. If you get killed by a lieutenant, he gets elevated. He's like a captain. It was a system. And then now, like, and you start to see that adapted in other ways. Like in Diablo 3, you would have, like, you get killed by an enemy and he gets promoted. That dude, he looking out. He looking for you. You know, like, and you gotta worry about this guy. Now he's harder to kill this time. Like, they didn't have that. Shadow of Mordor came out on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. They couldn't implement that Nemesis system because the hardware was not capable of handling it. Here was new innovative design that was only possible on the current new, but on the old stuff, you couldn't do that. We don't have anything like that right now. There's nothing that these there's nothing that we've seen from these game developers now that can't really be possible on the last generation consoles. They just haven't done it yet. Shout out to Gaming Forte. The $5 super chat says, I think remakes are different too, but people are starting to get sick of them because of the quantity they release in. You don't need one every year. I would say, I mean, it depends on the remake, Forte. I would say that people, if you don't care about the IP, the franchise, then you don't care about that remake. Like, what do I care about that for? I don't want to play that. You know, it's like, for me, I don't care about Dead Space remake. I don't care about Silent Hill remake or Resident Evil 4 remake. All three of those games I do not care about. So for me, and if you don't care about those games, I can see a lot of people like, yo, I'm tired of seeing these remakes. But let their favorite game get remade. If Chrono Trigger got remade, oh, I'm singing a different tune. If Final Fantasy VI got remade, a different tune. If Halo Combat Evolved got a true remake from ground up, not by 343, because we know how that would turn out, but like by somebody that could actually be competent enough to do it, I will be down for that. So yeah, Bloodborne. I'll play Bloodborne if they patched it for 60 frames per second. But at this point, but Bloodborne like 2013. I don't think a remake is quite a remaster is still where you would expect for Bloodborne, I think, because it's not so old. Like it needs a visual bump in a 60 frames per second mode. Just remaster that thing. Everyone will love it. But if it's your favorite IP of all time, if it's your favorite series of all time, yeah, man, I'm buying it. I don't care what the price is. Even though people cap and say, oh, $70 game. Yeah, whatever. Let it be $70 and it's a game you love. You're going to be grumbling and fussing all the way to GameStop, giving Forte your $70, and you're going to go home and love it. Thank you, T-Rock. T-Rock says Bloodborne was 2015. That's 7 years ago. I still think that's remaster territory. 7 years remaster territory. Doesn't quite need a remake at this point. And I think the art design for Bloodborne is excellent. It's very unique and different. So a lot of games, when they have great art, they last longer. It's on a visual perspective. Like I think that works for Bloodborne. But no, to get back to what's truly next gen. It's about doing things that haven't been done before and succeeding in those things, and those things only being possible because you have better hardware available to get it done. Last generation, we were stuck with Jaguar CPUs on these consoles that were trash the moment they released them in 2013, and we got stuck with them all the way up into 2020. And games had to be designed around that for almost a decade. It's going to take time for developers to put their thinking caps on and no longer in pre-production design a game specifically around those parameters. It takes time, but it will happen. And I think you're going to start seeing that in another 2 years when these games are going to drop last generation and they're fully just on the current generation consoles. So, yeah. Last topic before I go play Saints Row. The issue with skill-based matchmaking. So, I know there's a lot of people who are very passionate about this topic on both sides of the aisle. There are people who are very passionate that skill-based matchmaking needs to be in every game. And then there are people who are very passionate that skill-based matchmaking is the devil, it is demonic, and it should never, ever be in anything that is competitive. Let me roam free and just butcher anyone I want to butcher and just make sure my ping is low. You know, that's when it comes to competitive games, multiplayer games, you have these two camps, and they are represented in literally every single gaming community. It could be Rainbow Six Siege, it could be Call of Duty, it could be Halo, it could be Rogue Company, it could be Splitgate. It doesn't matter. And the reason why this was on my mind is that I saw a tweet earlier today, and there's this Splitgate content creator. He's probably I don't think he's the best Splitgate player there is, but he's probably the best Splitgate content creator there is. His name is Micavelli, and shout out to him. This guy I've seen like on his YouTube channel. You go to his YouTube channel, he's got like videos of him taking on people 1v4, embodying everybody. Like, he's that good. And he's a mouse and keyboard player. I was a pretty decent Splitgate player. I mean, I had my matches where it's like I'll actually go 30 kills, 0 deaths, 25 kills, 2 deaths, stuff like that. But it was usually against like guys that just weren't that experienced in the game. Just keep it a buck. Like, when I went 30-0, I knew I was going to have a great day because I was playing with my boy Numsy, who sucks. Shout out to Numsy. I love you, bro. You suck, though. You are bad at first-person shooters. And so when I'm playing with him, the skill-based matchmaking is going to put me in the lobby. They're trying to balance this. They're going to put me in a lobby with guys that just ain't on my level. And I'm like a god among men. And it is what it is. While I play solo, once I hit the let me explain something about Splitgate. Splitgate's skill-based matchmaking is it's not even unique in the sense of how multiplayer games are now, but for Splitgate itself, I think it really did themselves a disservice. So this is how it works. You install Splitgate, you play it for the first time, you're in a lobby full of bots. You're in a lobby full of bots and other new players like you. And if you're a good first-person shooter player, even if you're just decent, maybe I'm just decent, you're gonna have a good time. It's got great gunplay, controls are great. It's a good game. Decent map design. 1047 Games, they put their foot in that. 25 developers have made a really good game. Got more content than Halo Infinite. How'd that happen? I don't know, right? The problem is that there's portals. Not really a problem. It makes the game unique. But the problem is that no one knows how to use those portals efficiently, effectively when you're new. So you're going around running around the map, sprinting around the map, looking around corners, shooting dudes down. You playing like it's Call of Duty or it's Halo, and you loving it, right? You hit level 15. It's like a light switch get flips on. Now there's no more bots. Now there's no more new players. Now you're running into people like Micavelli, who portals around the map like Nightcrawler from the X-Men and caps you in the back of the head and you don't even know it happened. Who's shooting me? I don't even know. People sniping you through portals. Where'd that shot come from? I don't even know what's happening. It's a different game. Now, some people can adjust. I adjusted. I was like, when I finally started playing Splitgate, I was like level like 75, 80 something. My KD is like a 1.75. It's a decent KD. But before I got to the real Splitgate players, my KD was a 2.8. Met the real players, learned the real game. I had to start mapping the buttons, the portal on my paddles on my Elite controller, and still can't portal fast as the PC and the mouse and keyboard players. I started playing against the people who've been playing the game since 2019. Yeah, those guys. I'm not getting 30-0 no more. More like 16-9, 18-11. Good, but I'm not in first place now. Not as fun. That's fun. So I dropped it. But for some other players who didn't tough it out, because it wasn't where I got to, and I kind of hit my skill gap, my skill plateau. Like if I want to get better at this point, I need to go mouse and keyboard. And I wasn't going mouse and keyboard because I need to get better at mouse and keyboard. At that point, I'm done, right? But there was a time period, about 2 or 3 days, where I was just getting bodied, just getting slapped, curb stomped, like bite the curb SloMo. Like this is what happened. Like every match, I'm like, bro, what happened? I went from bodying everybody to being 10 and 13. What the freak happened here? Skill gap. Massive skill gap. A Grand Canyon skill gap. And that's the problem with some skill-based matchmaking implementations. 1047 Games inadvertently misrepresented what this game was to people. Remember last year, summer of last year, this game was so hot when it came out on consoles, you had to wait in a queue for 30 to 45 minutes just to try it out. And by fall, you ain't had to wait at all. Ain't nobody playing it no more. Because they enjoyed it. Oh man, it's like Halo. Oh man, it's like Halo, but I get to sprint, you know? It's like Call of Duty. I like this. Oh, that portal stuff, man, I ain't even bothering that. I don't care about the portal. Yeah. How'd that work out when you hit level 17, huh? Care about the portal now. And so when it comes to skill-based matchmaking, how it's implemented is super, super, super important. Because if it's too strict, like say the Halo Infinite skill-based matchmaking, where if you are Mint Blitz or say Lucid, whose team just won the Halo Championship last night. Shout out to the Optic team. If you're one of those guys, you can't even go into casual and get a match. It takes you like 30 minutes to get one match because the game is so strict on the skill-based matchmaking. They're so afraid of you playing the average player and destroying them so badly they never want to play Halo again. That's too strict, especially when your player base is now non-existent compared to where it was. That game launched at 250,000 people playing Halo Infinite. And if you look at it now, it's like 5,000. Well, 5,000 on Steam. Those numbers are for Steam charts. So that 250,000 actually was higher, and the current 5,000 is higher. But the player base is too small for the way you have your skill-based matchmaking design. So this is what I'm gonna get down. This is the brass tacks of it, the alpha and omega of it. The end result of what I'm trying to say here is that I'm not fully for skill-based matchmaking, and I'm not fully against it. I am pro good skill-based matchmaking. Like Halo 3 had good skill-based matchmaking. I'm for a skill-based matchmaking that allows the top players to get into matches and enjoy themselves and not be a sweat fest. I'm for good skill-based matchmaking that Rogue Company doesn't have, because typically what happens to me in Rogue Company is that I get matches to matches against a full stack of guys that are slightly lower than me on the skill level, and then on my team they give me 3 bums. And to somehow in their algorithm that's balanced, but I'm carrying 3 bums. I'm not having fun. Like that's not good skill-based matchmaking. I'm pro good skill-based matchmaking. And if you can't do it good, then don't have it at all. Like, work on your system until it works. Maybe test it. Maybe have a weekend where you run your skill-based matchmaking and see how it works out. And if it doesn't work, you put it back in the oven and keep working on it. But it's unacceptable for a high-end player to have to go create a mule account in order to play. You're not even protecting your player base, because these guys just make a separate account to go play for a few hours until they reach to the point that they're currently out in their main. They're still bodying the bum players. And if you are just an average dude or a bum player, I fully understand just wanting to play with other bums so that you can feel good about yourself and not have to run into that guy that destroys you in an entire match and kills your ego, makes you feel bad, makes you want to curl up in the fetal position under your bed and cry yourself to sleep. Nobody wants to feel like that. I understand it. But if you're going to create a skill-based matchmaking, you have to have it good so that everyone is, at least as many people as you possibly can actually enjoy the game that they're playing, the game that they spent time in, spent money on. The guy that's a high-end player, his money is just as good. His or her money is just as good as the bum. They all spent their money on the game. They all want to enjoy the game. Don't have skill-based matchmaking in so that you run into those big high-end players. Hey, maybe that will show you how much further you have to go to get better. And also, you'll get to play against the bum players. I think that it should just be about your ping. You're about like you playing with people who are in the same server region that you are, and not playing against, like, you know, you live in California, you're matched up with a guy out in England. That man's ping is through the roof. And he teleporting all around the map. You shooting half a mag in the back of his head. He didn't even acknowledge it. That's not fun. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Aramis let me take a look at this real quick. Let me how do I don't think copy and pasting this is gonna work from my screen, but let's see. That didn't work. Rodimus, send me that link. It's a Jeff Grubb tweet. Send me that link as a DM on Twitter, and I'll take a look at it. So I don't quite know what that's about, but anyway, yeah. So okay, great. Let's see. Jeff Grubb says, thanks to, who was that? Dr. Serkan Toto from Canton Games. He's the CEO of Japan Game Industry Consultancy. Okay, thanks to him, here are the numbers on how much Japanese game developers are paid. Interesting. It is pitiful. And I always thought this was a conversation we were having regarding Taylor, as in Helena Taylor. That now seems like a missed opportunity. Exactly what I was saying. I see Jeff, shout out to Jeff Grubb, he's a cool guy. Jeff feels the same way. So I'm actually going to post this up here so you guys can see what has been provided. Give me a second to get this up. And unfortunately, it's a screenshot from Twitter, so I can't blow it up any further so that it's seen better, but here we are. So, but you know, that's big enough. You guys should be able to see this. So, broken down into roles, the average salaries across the entire industry stood at, and this is, I guess, when he says entire industry, he means Japan. Good grief. What? Nah. Wow. All right. 6.8 million yen for game producers. Let me retweet this. This is fascinating. 6.8 million yen for game producers, which translates to $45,000, 45,000K, 45K. Bruh, for a game producer? I made 45K as a branch manager for a rental-car company back in 2010, 12 years ago. Game director, 41K for a game director? It's a bit off. That's artist, 37K. Designer, 37K. Game testers and debuggers, that's Q&A, quality assurance, 30K. Engineer, 38K. According to CESA's wording, all sums include bonus payments, so the actual salary is lower. This is with a bonus if the game does well. Typically a key part of the salary in Japan. Hey, look, man. Yeah. I don't know. That's not. I don't like that. The thing. Look. I don't know the numbers. Like, for example, take Persona 5 for example. That game didn't sell great, right? But I kind of feel like it's so good enough to be paying your people more than this. Granted, I don't know exactly what the salary is for people who work for Atlas on that game, but gotta be better than that. I think that's abysmal. I'm not 100% certain, but I kind of feel like I've had this conversation with some developers in the past about, like, not necessarily what their salary was, but average compensation. I feel like American developers are probably getting paid not all the way across the board. I do think game testers and debuggers is likely the same, that 30K. I think that's probably the same. But game designers, artists, engineers, directors, and game producers, I think they're probably all getting paid like close to double than that. And that's still an engineer, a programmer. Like, if you know software development, in my area where I live in the DMV, in the Washington DC area, you could work for a government contractor and make easily 6 figures. Easily. And I know that they don't pay a lot of the programmers in the video game industry the same rates that they get paid outside of the video game industry. So just imagine, right? Imagine you know C#, you're really good at C#, you know C++, you're really good at programming. You can do Python, you can do Visual Studio like the back of your hand, and you're really good at scripting and all this other stuff, and you're out here and you're working on video games, and you're working crunch hours, you're working 80-hour weeks. You don't see your friends anymore. All of your relationships are done, or your marriage is failing. Your family never sees you. And for example of something I know for a fact, you have a death in your family, and your director tells you, well, I mean, but like, can't bring him back. So what's the big deal? You really want to go to this funeral like that? Imagine, right? Imagine that's the kind of environment that you have. Or you could make double that, still working in a demanding environment, but at least get treated with a level of respect with benefits and PTO and time off that is the industry standard for people in your role with your skill set. This is why there's so much turnover in the video game industry, because people get this grind for like 5 years. They're grinding for like, I think on average, the average for what I saw, a statistic that said that the average amount of people that they survive in the video game industry is like 5 years or less, and they drop out and they go somewhere else where they're better appreciated, better compensated for the work they do. And so there's this high turnover, and then the people who stay in it are people who develop this complex, kind of like hazing in a sense, where like with fraternities, sororities, where it's like, well, I had to do it, so you gotta do it. So they're really like hardcore on crunch is the only way to do things, and it ain't. It's not the only way to do things, and it's really is symptomatic of terrible project management. A lot of companies do this, right? Where, and it's not just in the video game industry, it's in all industries. It's a really, and the worst companies have this issue. They promote people not because they're good managers. They promote people because they're really good at their job. And so oh, you're a really good salesman. Let's make him a manager. He'll teach other people how to do sales like him. That's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee that the great salesman is going to teach other people how to be great at sales. There's a skill in teaching that is missing from that scenario. There's a skill in being able to manage people, manage relationships, work relationships, do scheduling, do teams, understand the limitations and strengths of your team, and be able to compensate that, to be able to balance those things out. It is a skill to be a good manager. I wasn't one. Like my time as a retail manager was eye-opening for me, to the point where I actively avoided. I could have been a manager of my current job. I choose not to be. I'm a tier 3 network engineer. I manage nobody. I will train a few people and get them ready to kind of do similar roles, but I'm not trying to manage people. I just don't really care for it. It's a skill. And just because somebody's good at doing something that has nothing to do with interpersonal relationships doesn't mean that they're going to be great at that. The idea that like you could promote someone to do something and now they're not even doing what they were great at anymore. Now they're managing other people and trying to get them to be as good as they were at it. But a lot of these people are just, they don't know why they're so good. They don't know why they're a great programmer. I see it so many times where that genius level person in a particular field, I've seen it in my current company, I've seen it in previous companies, becomes a manager and they hate it. But they like the money, so they keep the job, and everyone that works under them hates them. They suck. They become a different person. It sucks for everybody all around. Like, hire managers to be managers. That's all I gotta say. Okay, Saints Row time, right? So let's let me figure this out. I hope my capture card does not cause me any problems today. And where are we at? Let me switch to, let me first switch to this. And Simeon says, is someone making you play Saints Row? No, Simeon, this is this is why I'm playing Saints Row, Simeon. I'm playing Saints Row because back in July, I requested to get a review code. Okay. I said this at the very beginning, but like everyone hadn't filed in yet. So I requested back in July for a review code for Saints Row. I wanted to play the game. I was going to stream it, and let people check it out, see if they want to play it or not. They asked me what I wanted to do with the game. I told them that. I said I might do a review, but I'm definitely going to stream it at the very least and let my community kind of see the game and see if they want to play it. That kind of thing. They said, cool. When the game released, I got no code. I am used, as a very small content creator, to not getting codes and stuff. So, all right. And as I just got an invite from, I just see an email. I've been invited by EA to a play test for something. What is this? The Sims. Play the Sims. Yeah, I'm not playing that. I'm good. I ain't playing the Sims. I wouldn't know the first thing to do with the Sims. So nothing happened. I just forgot about it. I was like, bet, fine. You know, you don't want to add me to your game, cool. Last week, I get an email out of the blue. Hey, here is that review code that you asked for, and here are all the rules of NDAs. And I'm like, I'm looking at this like, is this? I'm checking the date. Like, is this an old email? Did I miss this? Did I not see this when it first came? What is this? What is this? Months after the game comes out, now they want me to play the game. So I said, you know what? Even though I feel slightly disrespected, I still said I would play the game. I still said I would stream the game. And so here we are. I'm going to stream the game. So that's the story. Please work. There we go. It's working. Oh, there's no sound though. Oh, why this capture card, man? This, you know, I took out this capture card and went with an external so I could get more VRAM available for my GPU on my PC. But every other time I use this capture card, sound is not going through OBS, and it should. So I don't know if it's an OBS problem, excuse me, or if it's a issue with the capture card, but I'll try to get it figured out. I signed my life away. I know. Whoa. Why'd the screen go black? The heck just happened to my Xbox? Yo, my Xbox just turned off. Oh boy. Now, let me give a fair warning. I'm playing Saints Row on the Xbox Series S. So, yeah. Might be a problem. Let me try to get this up and running again. That was interesting, right? Okay, here we go. We're back. We're back. I still ain't got no sound. I forgot. Was there something I was supposed? No, I know how to get sound with whenever this happens on PS5, but I haven't figured out how to get sound when this happens if it doesn't go through naturally on Xbox yet. I gotta get this figured out because I can't play this with no sound. Saints Row. I've never played Saints Row. I played Saints Row 4. I haven't played this one, the remake. So here it is. So far, visually, it ain't bad. I mean, it's not. Hold up. You know what? I'll wait. I want to make sure I'm playing on performance mode because I'm not trying to play this at 30 frames per second. Does Saints Row on the Xbox Series S run at 60 FPS? That's a good question. Let me find that out. Xbox.
You sure you're at the right party?
This is a celebration for the Saints, is it not?
Frame rate?
Business with Marshall is less lucrative than it used to be. I was hoping your bosses would be interested in a new partnership.
Between 40 and 50 frames per second in most areas, even below in big missions. Interior strike at 460 FPS. Never seen anybody on the floor at a club dancing. The floor is filthy at a club, okay?
They're in
Especially
there.
when there's
I'd knock
alcohol
if I were
involved.
you.
There's people spilling drinks. You don't want to touch the floor. I don't want to touch my
Hello?
shoes. I don't go to the club
It's
anymore.
Antonio
This is a long
Espina.
time ago. This is old SloMo. This is college SloMo, okay?
Look, I
Um,
know that we don't have the best history.
I didn't
I
even
was
want to touch
thinking.
my shoes after leaving the club.
Hoping, really,
Much less got my
that
hands
we
on the
could work
floor,
something out.
like spinning around and crap. Like, that's not happening, bruh. Okay, let's make our character. Why is the name so tight? Okay, I don't like any of these presets. Can I just start from scratch? All right, let's roll with Point Dexter here. We're gonna do Point Dexter first. Wait. If I choose this preset, can I not change anything? Then it says people do vile things on club floors. Yeah, that too. Save new ball. Save your current character customization as a new. All right, whatever, bro. Okay. All right. Good. I can customize this. Well, I am seriously hoping this is in the cyberpunk situation. We start seeing things that I might have to censor. So, first of all, like, I can't see this guy doing anything but getting thrown in a locker. So we're gonna make you a little bit. Oh, that makes him thinner? How? What? Okay. Wait a minute. Why is he getting breasts? Like, groin area? Well, hey, we definitely, you know, we gotta be accurate, right? To you know, a SloMo situation. So there's that. Modesty, yeah, we definitely keeping underwear on. I don't understand the whole like chest size thing. Can I not? No, let's go with that. I can't make this guy like more muscular, like at all. What? All right, whatever. Skin. I think skin tone's fine. But here we go. Getting ripped out here. Real veiny. Super veiny. Okay, we will be The Rock. Glossy. Yes, The Rock. We put on baby oil. That's too much baby oil. Wow, like that's too much. That you just jump in a bathtub of Vaseline every morning. Let's go one glossy. Skin details. Really, wow, I didn't know you could do that. That's great. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the hair gotta go. This has got to go. I appreciate them, you know, doing something that's not your typical. And shout out to my black hair video. I'm gonna do an update to that video probably next year. I think enough games have come out where I can update and see if developers have taken, bigger, newer hardware and be able to actually do better. Like that was proven in the video, they could do better. I mean, considering the art style, this ain't terrible, but that's really bad. What? What is that? Of course we got cornrows. There's always cornrows, man. I ain't seen somebody do with cornrows in years. That's cool. We might have to go with this. We might have to go with your basic. Oh no. No. What is that? Why we got Chia Pet here? I'm so sick of. Black cotton candy on this man's head. And yes, his edge up is trash. Who cut this man's hair? Fired. If this was my barbershop and somebody cut someone's hair like this, they getting jumped. The barber is getting dragged in the back and they stomping this dude out. They are straight like high stepping on this guy's face for cutting someone's hair like this. I don't, where's the bald head at? I'm just gonna go with bald head. I just can't do it. You know what? Fine. Okay. Facial hair. No. He looks annoying with the chin beard. Doc Hollow, no. Oh no. You look like a weirdo with that. The Amish look, no, not sure. The French fork beard. I might have to roll with this. Goatee. It's the Imperial beard. Oh, what? Manicure. This is look, you ever see guys who leave the barbershop looking like this? Where they get the they get the hair dye on their beard and it don't match their hair. You know what? That's what we doing. We doing hair dye. I'll make it a little less glossy. So we doing the hair dye beard. Eyebrows. He gets his pluck. Let's go. Head. I think his head needs to be bigger, right? You know what? I really let's just get this going. Tattoos. Let's get tattoos. Why can't I make a tattoo? Why? What? Oh, I gotta have money? Is that it? I don't understand. I can't get a face tattoo, a neck tattoo, nothing. Alpha says the Carlos Boots. You guy looking like a character. Hey, that's fine, man. This is how most characters. I don't understand. Okay, you know what? Whatever. Personality.
What's going on here today?
What? What you say? I can't hear. Oh, come on, man.
This is coming along nicely.
Well, okay.
I'm ready for whatever today has for me.
Oh, there's a delay. Why is there a delay?
What a beautiful day to be me.
Everybody go with Why is that? Why is that? They need to take points from Fortnite. Fortnite be having the best emotes. Wow. All right. Go roller. Knife hands. Stop hitting yourself. Yeah, let's go with that. All right, done. We're done. I am done. He's looking like Jussie Smollett. Jussie out here.
Antonio!
I don't
Glad
know
you
what
came to
happened
your
to the
senses.
voice acting.
Hey, I'm kind of having a party right now,
but like
we'll
it's
talk
delayed
business later.
now. Maybe about Paul's things. It's probably not gonna work.
We got a party going on, so I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. Fuck the Panteros.
Wow.
Fuck the Idols. Fuck Marshall. The Saints are here to stay, baby. So, if you know how to shoot a gun, or if you're broke and want to learn how, swing by the church. We'll be waiting for you.
Oh my god, I can't deal with this delay is really killing me. I'm gonna have to, as soon as this cutscene is over, I'm gonna try to get this synced up.
Why?
Did this dude get, did he get bodied because he was talking trash on the internet and so getting buried alive? Alright. Is this a prison? Is that a prison? With the lights in the background? Or is it at the same club that he was talking trash at? Was like, come see me? A few months earlier.
Hello, and welcome to Marshall Defense Industries. We know it wasn't easy getting here. Our journey began with one of the most unforgiving job interviews we could devise.
By the way, is there
But
an
you
echo?
did more than just survive
wonder if there's an
a
echo.
live fire exercises. You excelled. And in
Can you
doing
guys
so,
still hear the
proved
audio?
that you were Marshall material. But don't take my word for it. Hear it from the man himself.
Hello, I'm Atticus Marshall, and I wanted to personally welcome you to the Marshall family. Here at MDI, we don't just make a profit. We make the world a better place.
No echo. Cool.
So how do we do that?
Just a massive
With a little
delay on the
TLC.
audio.
Technologically advanced weapons, loose morals, and a culture of conflict. Now let's take a step through each of those letters.
Why are you watching that now?
It's the orientation video.
I know what it is. Why are you watching it now?
Well, I mean, we're about to be shot at, so I figured it couldn't hurt to brush up on our healthcare package.
If you weren't paying attention to the briefing, I don't think you'll live long enough for your copay to matter.
So I should be reviewing the life insurance policy.
You know, our job interview has a 5% mortality rate. Statistically, the
All right, this is
odds
what
were
I'm gonna do.
low that you would die before we
Because this
hired
is
you, but I allowed myself
annoying
to
me.
be an optimist.
As soon as I'm
Your
able
parents
to
should have
move
treated you
around,
better.
Yours should
I'm
have
gonna
treated you
restart
worse.
the game and try to
All
get
right,
this
ladies
audio
and
synced
gentlemen,
up.
contrary to your colleague's demeanor, this is no laughing matter. The Nawali already took out one team that was sent to bring him in, and I want as many of us going home as possible. So stick to the plan, work together,
Hold
and
up, I
let's
thought-
grab that son of a bitch
I
and
thought
send him to
the
the frontier.
premise was that like these were some
Let's get paid.
kids that went to a gang because they wanted like pay off their college tuition or something like that. What the? I don't know what's going on.
Alpha team, go.
First day on the job, don't fuck up.
Newbie, catch up!
Right. Let's kick some... Holy shit!
Turret, take cover!
That was close.
What is happening?
Jesus Christ. It's my first fucking day.
Okay, now. All right, let me do this.
Shit!
Save game. Now what we're going to do is go back to home, quit, and then start it up. Now, hopefully this fixes. Wait. It's not the game. It's my capture card. Because I heard the delay of me closing the game and starting it back up. So, gosh, I tell you. I really want to just end up. I'm not watching this cutscene again. But
Hello,
wait, actually,
and welcome to Marshall Defense Industries.
it's working.
We know it wasn't easy.
Okay, it's working. See? Just had to restart the game. Two little issues so far.
Alpha team, go!
First day on the job. Don't fuck up.
Newbie, catch up!
Right.
Nothing
Let's
we can
kick
do.
some... Holy shit!
Turret, take cover!
That was
Body
close.
got thrown around. Oh.
Jesus Christ. It's my first fucking day.
Okay, let's go.
Shit! Anybody left?
Me, I think.
Figures. We have to rendezvous with Bravo team or we're dead. Keep pushing forward, I'll meet you there.
Copy that. Welcome to the daily grind.
Protected and Wally!
That's what Joe?
Please, gotta keep pushing forward.
Oh, crap.
A little hot out here.
Definitely.
Marshal units, prepare for airstrike.
Shit, that helps.
This don't feel like no 60 FPS. I can't run
Hey, you!
a
We gotta
performance
find...
count on it.
Fuck!
Whoa.
Better hustle, newbie. Bravo team is
good.
ready to move in.
I'm not exactly taking a
but,
coffee
it's
break here.
Definitely not running at 60 FPS.
Marshall scum!
Oh.
Oh, fight me.
Good guys or bad guys? Wait, do I know her?
Point that shit somewhere else.
Oh, okay, she's good.
Newbie, you still alive?
You sound like you lost the pool.
Fall in. We'll use this APC for cover.
Rolling shield. Nice.
Cat Daddy Lurk, what's up, bro?
Bailey, make a hole.
Roger
Simmy says, I'm joking, I'm gonna start to build a PC. As you should,
Now
man.
let's go.
Yes, Cat,
Go,
this
go,
is
go.
Saints Row. On the Xbox Series S. Oh, over here.
Keep it up, team. Let them have it.
Yeah. You guys
I'm
fucked
the
with the
only
wrong
one killing
multinational
people.
private
Who they
military corporation.
Press Y to quick shot and explosion near enemy.
Hey, this may be a weird time to ask, but do we get hazard pay?
Oh,
You get a performance bonus for outstanding work, if you survive to collect it.
Got it. Just trying to understand the pay structure.
Forward!
Bailey, hold up. Marshall, clear the field.
Yes, ma'am.
this is my first day.
Whoa, take the turret.
I got it. I'm good with these.
That's not... You are damn lucky we don't have time to argue. Newbie, take out the RPG up top. Good work. Now engage the others.
Dude, seriously.
See,
Why am I
told you I
not?
was good with these.
Just shut up and shoot. Chopper, take it out before it cuts us down.
Can't believe they pay me for this.
Driver's hit. Bailey, you all right?
Bailey, get your foot off the gas. Oh, shit!
Those PC high frames and settings always seem to have extra user work involved. D-Rock, that
Gwen,
ain't
can
nothing
you hear
to
me?
do with anything.
Anybody?
I've had to restart this game twice
Shit, either they're all dead or there's no
on the
signal.
Xbox Series
Guess I should
S.
push
Y'all
on and
saw
find
it.
the Nuwali myself.
Twice I had to restart the game. What happened to my gun? I'm stuck with a pistol now? Alright. Gaining health. Take down an enemy. Press Y, take down an enemy, and regain health in combat. Defeat enemies. Okay, alright. Well, I guess I'm gonna fight somebody.
All right. The things we do for rent.
How did Marshall get this far?
What's the percentage thing about it?
Eliminate the intruder!
Awful, right?
And Wally wants them all dead! Let's take them out, boys!
At least I don't have to wear a suit.
What is that? Is that an ultimate or something? How do I use that? Oh. Oh! I ain't had to use the pistol the entire time. Can I do anything with these? No. In the division, you
Finally, the end of the tunnel.
sodas. Oh, now. Guess I wasn't
Gwen,
supposed to
hello,
see
do you
that.
read me?
Newbie, you're still alive?
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Wally's holed up in the saloon up ahead. Rendezvous with the rest of us and we can box him in.
In a minute. Gonna clear out some goons first.
I gave you an order.
It's on my way. Besides, we don't want them coming up
A lot of
behind us
people
later.
ahead.
Fine. But next time I give an order, the only words I want to hear are yes and ma'am. Got that?
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh. Whoa, wait a minute.
I earned that performance bonus.
Reload. You know what? Is there a quick weapon swap button? There's not Y. That's my takedown button. I don't want to have
Feels good to make an honest flip.
weapon wheel every time to change weapons. Although that does seem like this kind of game. I think that's, if I recall correctly, that's how GTA is.
Guess you assholes are just working stiff too, huh? Little C4 should take out that barricade.
Is there C4 over here? C4's over here. Don't please throw it.
Couldn't do that at my last job.
Newbie, over here. Glad you could join us. Let's move. We
Oh,
gotta
the
keep the
motion
Diwali hold
blur.
up until Charlie team arrives. Newbie, once we hit the saloon, you flank left while the rest of us hold the center.
Flank, but I can...
Look at
Yes,
the way-
ma'am.
Saloon's right
Look.
around this bend. Get ready and remember
See
the
his
plan.
legs? That just looks funny.
All right, team. Let's
that's
take it.
funny. Ooh, why's crouch on that? I don't like that. Why can't I just press in?
Newbie, catch up.
Look.
Newbie, I told you to flank left.
No plan survives contact with the enemy.
Through the cover. Look at that. Through the cover. Not even putting the gun on top of the cover. That's
Where's Charlie team? We're being overwhelmed.
Hold
through
fast.
the cover.
We go down fighting.
Oh, come on. It's my first fucking day.
Black soldiers, Charlie team is here. Sit back and let us wrap this up.
Nice timing, gang.
Where are they?
I can't go in? I can't. Alright, whatever.
Perimeter secure.
Yeah, that's probably because of my flanking.
Uh-huh. Now get in there and flush that son of a bitch out.
I have no freaking idea what's going on. This is like.
What does it take for a man to be able to enjoy a quiet drink these days?
Mr. Nawali, you're coming with me.
You really think you have what it takes to bring me in?
I mean, yeah? Hey, where you fucking going? I said you're coming with me.
Perhaps I don't respect your authority.
Then respect this. You set 1 foot on those stairs.
Hey, yo, shoot him, man.
Holy shit. No, you goddamn don't. Give it up, Nawali. There's nowhere to hide. You're surrounded. Make it easy on yourself.
Yeah, can I blow that up? Is that oh, shot. All
What
of his
the-
goons
I
wear
can't
the
find
same
it.
exact
Never
clothes.
mind.
They're wearing
Get
red
back here and
shirts and a
regroup.
vest.
We've got the bastard bottled up with nowhere to
That's
run.
to help us differentiate, like,
We know he's in
can't
the
take his
saloon.
voice
He can't
seriously.
stay in
I
there
can't
forever.
either, man. But it was the best idea.
What the fuck?
Thanks for the ride. I'll see you around.
3:30. I got 15
We
minutes.
need air support now. Stand down. We don't got time for hero bullshit.
Don't worry. I got this. Gwen, we've got a problem.
Hang on. The cavalry's coming.
Shit! Come out with your hands up!
Not today.
Oh, fuck!
2 things you should do, SloMo. Change the reticle to dot sight and turn off GPS ground and wall arrows. What is that? Okay, controls. Oh, that needs to go. All right. So we drop this down to 25. See how that feels. You said to change the reticle to dot. Is that accessibility? Gameplay. Controls. It's in accessibility. Yeah, oh, wait. Yeah, accessibility. Gameplay. Controls. Dot sight, dots. I don't see dot sight anywhere. And now I'm starting to see the delay and the audio again. Visual reticle set. Oh, it's okay, visual. Wait. Ew, yeah, get the motion blur off. That was killing me. High contrast mode. Hold on. Nah, don't care. Yeah, the audio's starting to delay again. There it is, reticle settings. Dot. There we go. Okay. Turn off GPS ground and wall arrows. What is GPS ground? I don't even know what that is, but alright. Let's see what happens now.
Hold this thing still so I can kill your guys.
Oh, that's better. That feels much better.
We in a hurry, I can barely get a beat on these guys.
Oh, if only someone had told you to stand the fuck down.
Had enough?
Oh, that dot is small. Man, that dot. Oh, but that feels so much better. Thank you, Alpha Will. It feels so much better. I know. I appreciate you letting me know that instead of me playing around with it, and then for hours, and then eventually looking up what someone else decided to do, and then you going with that. No. And you know what's weird about the sound? I know it's something the sound up a little bit so that I can be heard. My voice, so a lot of times there's loud sounds overpower my voice, right? But I feel like there's no impact to the explosion. Like, I shoot someone, like it was a big explosion just now, and it sounded so muffled. Yeah, so you plan on playing through this? Probably not. At this point, I'm not like super enthused with it. And it's not like anything against Saints Row. I've never really cared for these kind of games. Like I played GTA a little bit, but GTA isn't as easy as this. Wow,
you're too predictable.
Am I?
See, all right. I don't know if it's a delay, if that delay is back, but like, I feel like the explosion of the gun going into the engine should have been louder.
You tried. I'll give you that.
Get your hands in the air.
I prefer the first Saints Row games myself.
I caught him.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do. Again? Oh, I guess I got a new outfit now. Axe. Let's go with that. Material. Can't change that. Colors. Oh, it's back here. Upper face. Librarian bag. What? Nope. So you could go roll with a white tee. I get to change my underwear? Like, what? So, upper, lower. I do not care about changing the underwear. These sweatpants. Heavy as hell. Alright, what were the colors? Alright, we gotta hook them up, right? We gotta give them definitely ankle socks and not cowboy boots. What? This is it? Oh, I gotta change. Wait, can I change the jacket color? Good. Okay. Done. That you can buy more underwear once you get more into the world. I do not care about this dude's underwear. Send me in.
Well, you didn't die. All in all,
There
not
is
a bad
delay
start.
with the sound again. It's not as pronounced as it was before, but it's still there.
Jesus Christ!
You're not gonna last.
Your pep talks need some work.
This is for you. Performance bonus.
Ain't nothing in there.
Is this a joke? You ribbing the rookie?
What were you expecting?
There's supposed to be a bonus based on exceptional performance.
That's right. And if you had performed exceptionally, you would have seen a bonus.
Oh, come on. Can you really look me in the eyes and say I didn't do well?
I can look you in the eyes and say you didn't do what you were told.
I saw a better way and I took it.
And if you were in charge, it would have been an inspired decision. But you're not. I am. This is a warning. Fall in line or find a new job.
So if he wasn't there, they all would have died. They would not have captured this guy, and the mission would not have been completed. But because he didn't follow her stupid orders, he's upset. Okay. Unlock style app. All right. How long does this load? 2 seconds. 3 seconds. 4 Mississippi. 5 Mississippi. All right, about 5 seconds. Man, this busted vehicle. What? Why did you
Fall in line. Fall in line, my ass.
Why? What? Why?
My big sweaty ass.
Yo, this dialogue is terrible. Okay.
Fall in line, my big sweaty fucking ass. Fall in line, my big sweaty goddamn motherfucking ass.
And this is why
Shit.
I don't play Saints Row.
Shit and piss.
Yeah,
Shit,
oh.
piss, and vinegar in a goddamn cocktail shaker. Sweat, spit, snot, scum, blood, and bile all on the rocks with a twist of fucking lime.
Actually, I don't know if this is like. I don't recall the dialogue being this corny.
Fall in line.
I actually thought Saints Row, the previous one I played, was somewhat funny. Just goofy. This is like goofy, but also not funny. It's just vulgar for no reason. It's just like, yeah, just throw a bunch of words together, you know, trying to be edgy or something. That's not working. Oh, snap, that just killed us?
You have 3 new messages.
I didn't even see they were
it's Kevin. I'm baking up a slamming congratulatory brunch for when you get home to celebrate your first day on the job. It's gonna be dope. Oh, and it's official. I'm gonna be spinning
This
at
is
that
the
Idols
most
party I told you about,
basic
so
looking world
hope you
I
can
have
come.
ever-
TTYL.
Hey there, it's Nina.
Okay, there's
So
people
excited
walking
about your
around,
new
but-
gig. I thought you'd want to know. I heard back from the museum. They went with someone else for the junior art curator job, so looks like I'm still stuck with Los Panteros. Anyway, I'm glad one of us had a good day at least. See you soon.
Hey, it's Eli. Congrats on your first day as part of the workforce. Speaking of which, when you asked to borrow my copy of Be Your Own Boss, I assumed it was because you wanted to read it, not to level out the coffee table. So let's talk about that when you get back. Can't wait to hear about all the HR forms I'm sure you had to sign.
So they have no idea what he does for a living because clearly he was not signing HR forms all day. What? Did I do? Oh crap! Hold up! Don't do that.
Oh, everything smells amazing, Kev.
You know what would make it smell even better?
Hey man, if you want a $300 waffle maker, you can buy it with the exposure the idols pay you in. Don't expect us to chip in.
I've told you before, the idols are trying to build a post-capitalist society where money is not a concept.
Yeah? Then why don't you go run off and join the commune?
I'm into showering. Are you gonna help me get the waffle maker or
You're
not?
not into
As an investor, I don't
showering.
like wasting money.
You're wearing a fucking bow tie.
Okay, I will throw in $20 for a waffle maker.
Nina?
Good for 10?
Who helped you move your forged paintings last month?
Fine, 15.
What sort of waffle maker can I get for $35?
Presumably one that makes fucking waffles.
Hey, the wage slave is back.
How was your first day? Were the other mercenaries nice to you?
Oh, they do know.
You know, as far as hired killers go, I'd give him a 7.
You look like you could use a mimosa.
Thanks, Eli.
Seriously, how's the job?
It's the murder business. Fundamentals don't change, just the uniform.
I can tell you love it.
Okay, I don't have to love it. I have to pay my student loans.
I'm in.
There's
So
the
I'm
line.
guessing
about
that means the
student
pay's
loans.
good.
Okay.
It's supposed to be. Got stepped on my bonus today.
Dude, what the fuck?
I played a little fast and loose on the job, and, well, my CEO wasn't a fan.
You gotta be kidding me.
Swear to God, this lady walked right up the set of an 80s action movie. I was half expecting her to call me Rook and threaten to take my badge.
Are we gonna make rent?
We'll make rent. We just gotta be a little more creative.
Last time we got creative, I got stabbed 3 times.
Hey, it would have been 4 times if Nina and I hadn't showed up.
It would have been 0 times if you were on time.
This is true. Look, this is really not a big deal. We just knock off a payday loan place. No one gives a shit if people rob those bastards.
You have a job now. You could actually just take the loan.
Eli, don't do business with morally bankrupt companies.
You work for Marshall.
Brunch is a time for friends and mimosas, not debates on morality.
All right, all right.
Man, this is really fucking good, Kev.
Thanks. I was worried I added too much pepper.
No, seriously, this is perfect. The only way this could be better is if you put on a fucking shirt.
Dinner and a show, baby.
Oh, please.
Really stink because he says he doesn't shower. I've been stuck on that ever since he said I'm not into showering. I'm like,
Okay, brunch is done. Dishes are clean. Let's go rob a
All
payday
right.
loan place.
And you know how we should celebrate afterwards.
Karaoke.
Yes!
all right, I'm gonna stop it here because I need to get back to work. But my thoughts on it. It's not as bad as people said it was. Shout out to Alpha Will for helping me with the controls there, cause man, I was like I can tell it was things were off, right? Like way off. And I don't know how they had whatever they had for their default settings set as that, because that was pretty bad. But yeah, making those changes made things a little bit better. With these kind of games, like I never finished Saints Row 4. I probably won't finish this, but I can see myself playing it a little bit longer. The thing is that I do have it on a Series S, so that's they could. When I asked them for a code for PC, and I think they gave me options. They was like, "What do you want a code for?" I said it for PC. Actually, it was more like they asked me what platforms I owned, and I said I owned these platforms. Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and they gave me Xbox, so there it is. Shout out to everybody that came through though, appreciate you guys. Shout out to, let's try to scroll up and see. I can't scroll up all the way, but Enrique T Rock, Ramon, Y9 Power, K Asante, Game and Forte, Rodimus, Sly Crow, Blade X, Roy, Dre Watson. I think that's Gaming Addict, who never answered my question. Shout out to East Texas Alex for dropping those codes in the chat. Shout out to him. And Defloid, Merc 3305, the homie Merc. Simeon Washington, Ralph, just Ralph, okay, and of course the sex bot for showing up. Alpha Will and the sex bot I had to block 3 or 4 times. Shout out to all you guys, appreciate you guys. I'm gonna get up out of here, get back to work, and enjoy the rest of your Monday if you can. All right, peace. Now I can't find the button to stop this. Where's the button? Okay, there it is.